So today we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. Yay or nay? What does the lovely lady say?
Nope.
That would be a nay.
Nay. So I don't like New Year's resolutions because I think that often people will just do them as a little bit something to do, maybe on a whim, or maybe not really give it too much thought. You know, just I think that you can make a decision to make a change any day of the week or of the month or of the year, and it does not have to be on January 1st. If January 1st moves you, then great, but otherwise I think that it could be done any day. And if you start and make a decision on any other day, ironically, I feel like you have a better chance of achieving it because you don't give yourself an easy excuse like no one ever keeps their New Year's resolutions.
I'm on the yay side of it. I find the excitement, the goal setting,
the thrill of it.
The thrill of trying to outlast somebody and doing the goal. Because I maybe am slightly.
So then I should know that you're competing with me when we talk goals in the beginning of the year.
There could be, because I'm very competitive. I like to be better than the next person. Within reason, I don't step on anybody, but I don't give you any hints. If I see you doing something wrong, I'm gonna let you fail. As long as you won't get hurt, or it won't cost me at work or anything like that. But I like New Year's resolutions, but I totally am probably different than everybody else. Everybody sets these crazy, silly goals that they really have 1%, 2% chance of succeeding because they don't set realistic. My goals are generally multifaceted, or layers or steps or whatever you want to call them. I'll have a short-term goal, a mid-term goal, the year-end goal, and then with the year-end goal, it's going to be some crazy stretch goal that I'm looking for.
So give me an example then of all of those.
So this year, all my Facebook friends out there on the Run 856 and Pineland Striders and all the other cool websites that I happen to be part of for running, there's probably 10 or 15 posts I've already seen. 2020 for 2020, 2,020 miles in the year of 2020. Apparently that's for the 25-year-old crowd. You don't get injured. You have some free time. I don't have a full-time job with 4 kids, a crazy wife who wants to start her own business, 2 dogs, 3 chickens, and whatever else we have in this household. We don't have any fish anymore. We got rid of them, so we're just down to
We're
2
good
dogs.
now. You
2
have
dogs
plenty
and
of
3
time to
chickens.
run. Oh wait, except you have school now.
So then, if you calculate that out, it's like 5.5 takeover per day.
5.5 miles.
5.5 miles per day over 365 days. Even though I think this is a leap year, so it might only be 5.54 instead of 5.55. So you might save a little bit out of there. This is a leap year, I do believe, because it's election year. I think election years are leap years.
Oh wow!
So we do
I didn't realize that.
You're welcome. So that's not my goal. So my goal will be 1,200 miles this year, which will be more than I've done ever. But it's realistic. It's 100 miles a month, 25 miles a week. I run 4 times a week, 6 miles, give or take, is right where I need to be. So that'll get me at 24. So a little bit more here, a little bit less there will be fine.
So is that that's your long-term goal then?
So it's my long-term goal. My short-term goal, instead in the first quarter, instead of 4, it's to set me up. So it's going to be, it won't be 400 because I'm starting off. So it's going to be like 300.
Right.
Which means I'm already maybe like 250. So I'll already be starting 50 miles behind after the first quarter. However, race season is in the middle of the year, so there'll be tons of half marathons in the trails. There'll be a lot of other things going on, but in essence, the 1,200 miles is not necessarily miles for me. It's being motivated, getting into races this year. I've been injured the last 2 years.
Or your wife has.
Or my wife has been injured the last 2 years. So this year is really motivation to get out there and train right. So doing a lot more stretching, foam rolling, this thing called yoga, and starting to do some of that.
Yeah.
So anything I can do to stretch my old bones out. 47 years, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo, running, anything and everything that I could possibly do wrong to my body. I've probably done that over the last 40 years. I mean, I was nice to myself up until age of 7.
All right. So then, what would trip you up on that goal? Like, what are the things that you need to avoid or plan ahead for? Like, what?
So the biggest thing I've already, I've been planning for. So I'll start this early. So I never do New Year's resolution early. I've already started.
Mm-hmm.
I've already started training. Already started running. I'm mixing in Peloton.
Yeah.
Woo! Shout out to Peloton.
Yeah, you're going beast mode already.
Yeah. So already doing that, but I'm not going crazy. So I run 2-3 days a week, pretty consistently. But they're longer miles, so they'll be like 8 to 10 mile runs. So I don't do the 6 mile runs. So
Mm-hmm.
I have time constraints going back to college this year. So I'm going to be, going to have a little less time.
Super proud of you.
Yeah, we'll see. Have to pass first. So I focus ahead of time. So I'm like, okay, I know that I'm not going to be able to do 4 at 6, which would be really simple.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 3 rest days. Instead, I'm probably going to have to do 3, 8
Yep.
a clip on the weekend. You know,
Right.
it's not very uncommon, though, for the group that I go with to do 10, 12, 15 mile runs. So it's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Working the Peloton in there is stretching out. They have
Mm-hmm.
these cool down things, which are phenomenal. I felt the change in the lactic acid getting pulled out, so I've actually converted that to my running. So when I finish my run, I walk for about a mile after that to stretch out the legs.
That's awesome.
I know, that's what I do. It was awesome. So I've really found out that stretching, and then after that, I do my stretching.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who told me this. I think it was Neil. But stretching beforehand isn't always the best. He said, I don't remember why, but slow loosening and whatnot. And when you're done is really when you really want to stretch in the yoga to really get your body's warm at that point. So
Right.
try not to stretch when you're cold, because like I said, it can do some kind of muscle damage.
Right.
Stretch when you're done. Do the loosening, the walking, the lower cycling pieces to cool down that way.
Low impact.
Low
Yep.
impact. So I definitely a lot of there. So for me, being 47 years old, creeping up on 50, is my body. I have to prepare my body. So being smart about it. I can't sit there and run, every single day, 7 miles a day. It's just not going to physically be possible.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have time, and I'm pretty sure I'd get broken by about March. So being very good on that. Second piece of is health. Is eating. You got to eat right. Got to have the recovery. You got to have the nutrition. You got to have the chutzpah to get out there. Because if you're tired, you're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
In my short term, soda drinks have to go away.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts, but they go away. So part of it is changing that. Is got rid of red meat.
Well, and planning there too.
Yeah.
So, like, I've done, and I think that you have as well, a lot of looking for recipes that you still are delicious because we are who we are,
Mm-hmm.
but to have recipes that are really at the ready for us, that fuel our body instead of just, make us tired or whatever, to be able to recover faster, have more energy, and really just be performing at our optimum level.
Yeah, and it's got to taste good. Like,
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if it comes to taste, like those
Yeah.
people that say, yeah, well, I ate 14 pounds of broccoli a day, it's phenomenal, and Brussels sprouts, and they taste like crap, but they're good for me. Yeah, tastes
No.
like crap and good for me. It's gonna last about 35 seconds.
I don't even think I'd get the first one.
No, so
Yeah.
I'm out. So we've done, I think, an awesome job. We find cookbooks that who knew what the hell lentils were, but apparently lentils they
They're
taste,
great!
they're very yummy. I like lentils. They got good protein in them.
Yep.
Who knew all these beans, chickpeas, and hummus, or hummus,
Hummus.
as Adam Sandler said, hummus.
Mm-hmm.
But hummus and the pitas, phenomenal. But,
Mhm.
again, it has the protein, so I'm not as behind. So still got to figure out how to get iron and some of those other nutrients in there. But research. That's what I do is my research, because I don't want to pop pills. I want to be able to eat plants that have that. So.
Well, and
Plants. I guess mostly plants.
not to throw something else new in there, but really our discussion the other day about, not having gone to the doctors. Like, for 10 years for myself, and kind of the impact that it really has had. And this last year, kind of working through a lot of that neglect is really what it is. So now, instead of just going when something is really wrong, actually being proactive and going for your, annual physical every year, and talking to Dr. Patel about, what are some good things to eat, and some good things to, how do I get that extra iron in, because I'm going to be doing this, this, and this. And also, I think, I appreciate it even more that he is very into the difference that nutrition can make. Like, his lunches are, green smoothies, because he's all about it for himself.
That's
And,
rough one right there.
well, I didn't say that you have to do it or I have to do it, but that he already leans that way in the difference that it makes. And we've talked about yoga before, and he's such a huge advocate of how that can help your body to recover after. So I think, anyway, case in point, that he is a great resource. Any doctor, whatever, could be a great, most
Most
could be
doctors.
a great resource for helping you prepare and endure and, just achieving that goal, instead of, pretending that we're still 25.
I think it's important too with that is it has to get like the right doctor.
Yes.
A lot of the run people that we go with, they do crazy things. Like, they'll run a 100-mile race one weekend, 2 weekends later they're doing another 100-mile race.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good for the body? Absolutely not. They're beating the snot out of it. Where, normal, I don't say normal doctors, but, an everyday doctor be like, you need to slow down, blah, blah, blah. As long as you're not putting yourself in physical harm in regards to your knee will never be the same.
Yeah.
You can never recover from this. You're going to have a heart attack and die. These guys go to certain doctors, and again, not quacks, not whatever.
Right.
But they specialize in training
Mm-hmm.
athletes who are ultra athletes, who are high end level runners, ultra marathoners. I'm pretty sure they do a couple of the pro type folks, but they cater to them. So they have a good doctor that knows what they want, knows what they need, and they'll structure their exams, their whatever they're going to do when they do
Kind of accordingly, like,
Yeah.
do the blood work that they need to get done, just to make sure that they're not now iron deficient, that kind of thing.
And
Yeah.
in the there's some chiropractic whatever they do there,
Mm-hmm.
which physical therapy should they be doing, because if you tell somebody who's passion because they quit smoking, they lost a lot of weight, and they're eating healthy now, their passion is running, if you're going to tell them that they can't run anymore, you're kind of taking away their goal of what they want to do and who they want to become. So it's a very fine balance of right doctor versus doctor for the niche that you're looking for. You don't want that doctor to say, yeah, you can do anything you want, don't you worry about, if your leg falls off, just tape it back on.
All right, so we talked about your long-term and your short-term, really, and kind of what trips you up and how you plan for it, right?
I mean, part of it, what trips me up is going to be a multitude. So you're going to have I get bored. I'm going to get bored with it. I'm like, this is stupid. I talk myself out of more than anything than anybody else ever will. And I always look for an easy way out. I'm like, who the hell tells me that I can't drink a Pepsi? Screw
Which
you,
is so
I'll have
funny,
Pepsi.
because you are the most disciplined. When you decide to do something, you are the most disciplined person.
Sometimes. But,
When you
there's certain
decide.
things- Yeah. So, growing up wrestling and cutting weight, and every wrestler out there who cut weight knows exactly what I'm talking about, is you deprive of yourself of the fun stuff. Like, the going to, this is going way back for those kids out there, Wendy's used to have an all-you-can-eat salad bar buffet thing that had pudding, and it was crazy, and they had pasta stuff. That was, you were cutting weight, you got to skip all that, you get to eat the salad with the low-calorie Italian dressing, or you didn't even get that, you got the little red and the white bottle of
the balsamic.
not even, it was like oil and vinegar, it was like just a regular, it was crap.
Yeah.
So, as I get older, and I swore to myself that I would never cut weight again, and so when I look at certain things, it's not cutting weight, it's I really like a Pepsi. I really like the Reese's Pieces eggs that come out at Easter.
And then the trees at Christmas.
And the trees at Christmas, the white chocolate trees. I just had one of those at work. They're freaking phenomenal. Way better than the milk chocolate, just so we're clear. But I'm the one, 90% of the goals that I set or the things that I set to do, I talk myself out of. If somebody tells me I can't gonna do it, that's pretty much fuel that I'm gonna do it anyways because I'm a prick. And I have to get it done. I have to show somebody that I can do it. I play the reverse psychology. I know you're trying to reverse psychology me, but I'm gonna do it anyway just because I'm better than what you think that I can do. So I will get it done.
Yeah.
So I'm key on that one. So those people that try to get me to do something by doing reverse psychology generally succeed because I reverse it, and I already know that what you're trying to do, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
All right, so you trip your own self up.
Correct. So I talk myself out of it. One of the big things that I'm getting back to this year is getting back to the 5 a.m.
Yes.
Run club. So there's a group of crazy people that go out Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 a.m.
5 a.m. just working out in general, I think is.
Well.
But yeah, since your goal is running.
Yeah. So partially. So I have a few goals, but my running goal this year is pretty easy. Not easy, but straightforward. So it's not like crazy. Like I have to do all these calculations. It's 1,200 miles.
Right.
It's pretty simple in regards to that aspect of it.
Right.
But part of the stepping block is it's 5 a.m. is too early. I need some extra sleep. Well, that's stupid.
It's dark out. It's cold out.
Yeah, and it's and I don't know what it is. 4:45 sounds way earlier than 5:15. I'd get up at 5:15, not a problem. Go down, do a 5:30 spin on the Peloton or whatever it is. But man, that extra 30 minutes trying to get up at 4:45, and I literally, yes, Sheldon, literally live 2 blocks away from where they start. I walk there. I jog there to get warmed up. But I need to get back this year, and that's 7 miles. 7 miles on a Tuesday, 7 miles. I'm at 14.
Yep.
So I'm,
7 miles twice a week. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost where I need to be, and within 10 miles. So one long run on the weekend, I'm already there. So I have 14 and 11-mile runs, 25. I'm set. I won't do that much just because I think I need to run 4 days a week. But so that'll trip me up. So mentally, getting up early, getting the proper. So that just means I have to go backwards. So most true goals is never starting. It's always going backwards. So I want to end here. How do I get there?
Well, here's my goal, and let me step into it. Let me back my way into it.
So I have to back into it. So it's the night before. Come on, man. Duke's playing at 10 o'clock. Really? I can't watch my Duke game? So then that's what another thing you talk myself into. I love college basketball. College basketball is my favorite. Really close to college football. 1 and 2. I don't really care about the pro stuff. For all those Eagles fans out there, sorry, I really don't care. Even though I'm a Cowboys fan, don't really care.
Yep.
So, so I have to walk backwards and figure out, okay, I have to get myself asleep by X. It's usually 9 o'clock. Again, I'm a 47-year-old man. Why am I to go to bed at 9 o'clock at night? Come on, when I was a kid, I was like, ooh, when I get older, I can stay up as late as I want. But now it's like I go to bed at 9. If I go to bed at 9, it's 3 plus 4.5, that's 7.5 hours of sleep. 7.5 hours of sleep is good for me. Anything over 7 for me is good. But if I hit 8.5 or 9, I'm even more tired. So then I gotta go back to bed and I have to sleep for a bit longer. So I have to get it like that thing. So I have to back it up, which means then I have to eat at a certain time. I work
like
crazy hours. I love my job, so I don't mind working crazy hours. Sorry, I like the people. Job sometimes crazy, but the people are pretty good. So, which means I would normally leave there at 6. It's an hour ride home. 7. You can't really eat an hour before bed, especially if I want to do Peloton. So now I have to prepare and take my dinner with me.
2 meals.
So now these days I make a lunch and a dinner to eat there. So I eat my lunch again. Have to certain time frames, and then I have to eat, and that gives me time to drive home. If I want a Peloton, if I don't want a Peloton, or if I just want to go to bed because if I'm doing 4:45, getting up to go running, then I have to do that. So.
All right.
Backwards.
So what about for people who are like, oh my God, that just feels like it's not even worth it?
It depends what you want out of it. So is it worth it for me?
So what do you get out of it?
I just like to check off boxes. So my goal is to check off a box. I really I enjoy people as much as I'm a Grinch. I say I don't like people. I really like people. I like to hang out, I like to chit chat. The best part of running is not the individual when I run by myself and I try to do speed workouts, it's nice. I feel good because I get faster and stronger and I increase my VO2.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more fun running at a slower pace with people that I like. Or not even slower, just a different, just running with people. I run with one guy, Steve. He's super fast, but he likes running with people too. So he comes back and he lets me lead so that I don't go crazy, trying to catch him and dying. Where there's another group that I run with. Totally enjoy running with the ladies. They're like awesome. They like we have a connection from from Asia. They're awesome.
Yeah.
And Dong Yang, who's going to help me this year with my calculus. She's super smart. She's a teacher or professor, I guess, over at Rutgers. And she's one of the people that is going to help champion me where I want to go. But what I get out of it,
it's a great group. They all really do that.
So I'm getting out of it just a satisfaction. I'm getting health because it's healthy. I'm going to do it smartly, and just being with the people. Like it's so much fun just to get out there and chit chat, and I like to do it with my lovely wife when she's physically able to do it. It's very difficult because I like to go out there, but I don't like to leave her here. So sometimes it straps me where I go out just for a shortened time frame. And so then that's the mental piece of it as well. Getting over the guilt, like leaving you here. Sometimes I feel guilty, like. But it's how it is. Mental preparation. So then I have to have to work that out. So that's part of it. Talking myself out of it. Again, I talk myself out of every goal more than any person or injury or financial stance has ever talked me out of a goal.